Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. So let's talk about the new character, if you guys are not aware, Sword Maiden, that's coming this week. So this week we're gonna have the Goblin Slayer collaboration part 2. Alright, so far we have had the new character, if you guys are not aware, Orkbog. We got the current one is going to be the Priestess, and I believe the Archer right here, right? So these two are going to be separate individuals, and then we're gonna have a Sword Maiden coming this week. So let's talk about it as a whole and where she lies in the meta, because I know a lot of you guys are probably like saving, trying to pull for her, and that's including me, right? For me, like I will get all of them because you know they're collab characters and all. So you can see Goblin Doomsday will be updated. Goblin Doomsday Event Battle Guide. So this is going to be what it is. Alongside with that, Master of the Fiend, Dan. And then you can see these are going to be the new, I believe, the Battle Pass, right? So I don't know, event shop. These are going to be the new event shop. And I believe there should be a new Battle Pass as well coming, because that's going to be a separate one. So for the new event shop, or the new event, there will be a new boss as well later on. These are going to be the bonuses that you will need. Specifically, all four are going to be the collab characters. You just need to pull for one copy to be able to get the bonuses, right? You can see May 21st until June 4th. That's going to be what it is. Now, they are also going to add a new ability for Luvensha to be able to apply Rush. So Rush is basically increased movement speed by 75%. I believe there are other characters that have that as well. If I'm not mistaken, was it? I think it was Rubia. I could be wrong, like I'm trying to remember. Or was it Rubia as a dodge ability, right? So one of them basically have that as well. Either it's so Rubia is dash. So there is going to be maybe it's like maybe it's her, maybe it's Beatrice, is it? Yeah, hers is rush. So you can see boost the movement speed by 25%. Wait. Hers is only 25%, but I'm already at max. Wait, I'm already at max, right? I'm already at legendary. So this is 25%, and then we got right here you got Luvensha's one, which can go 75%. Wait, that's insane. So Luvensha one is even faster, or maybe it's just a typo. I'm not sure, right? Because it's like the same ability right there. It seems like. Again, we'll see how it goes. And then we got Sword Maiden herself, as you can see. This is going to be the featured character. Alright, so if you guys have been looking forward to her, let's have a look at what she's going to be capable of. So at +0, she is going to be a very expensive character, right? So a 6 SP is freaking expensive, alright? You are not going to be able to use that realistically, consistently, if you only have one costume, which she will have one costume. And you can see, attack the enemy 3 times, dealing magic damage equal to 120% of your magic attack per hit. Okay, so that's at +0. Now at +1, that reduces to 5 SP, makes it a little bit easier. So you are ideally encouraged to get her up to +1, so you get the 1 SP reduction. At +2, now she does a little bit more damage, 145%. +3 is going to be 170%. +4 is going to be 195%. And we go all the way to +5, it's going to be 220%. Now, so let's see, a little bit odd here. Skill potential is going to increase the damage further, 10%, 10%, 10%. So 220 will become 250%. Now, is that good or is that bad? In my opinion, it's a little bit it's not the best skill. Alright, I don't think it's like I don't think she's going to be broken by any means, but I don't think she's going to be that bad either. It's just a little bit odd because you would assume that they would give her like either a 1-turn cooldown or something, right? So she can be a main DPS, but she can't. So if you cannot use her as a main DPS, the reason why you want to have 1-turn cooldown is because you want to be able to spam your skill every single turn. And you ideally want that for a DPS character, right? So similar to, if you guys are not aware, we can talk about some other comparisons of other characters. For example, like Sacred Justia, basically she has that, right? So I think it's going to be quite comparable, because they are both light type DPS, except for Justia is going to be much more of a, in this case, physical, right? So as you can see, Justia's one is going to be like, so she is going to be able to do damage 300%, right? But damage increased by 100% per target. So very, very high multiplier there. But Justia doesn't hit 3 times. But then she also is 5 SP and 1 turn cooldown, right? Whereas this particular character, the Sword Maiden, is going to be 5 SP and 3 turn cooldown. So very, very interesting. So maybe they did change that a little bit. I'm not sure. So let's have a look at the trailer and see this is going to be how she's like. Sword Prince. Wow. Okay, I think hers is by far the best one. Okay, so you can see Supreme God Archbishop, Sword Maiden. So new costume right here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. They did not really show the skill of how she performs, or I'm not sure what happens, right? But as you can see, she is going to be a little bit different, right? I feel like right now in the meta, just trying to be fair, right? Because she is going to be also a light type DPS, and I do think that if we were to compare to every other character that we have in the game, I don't think she's broken. Alright, if you are looking for a strong, super strong character, she is not going to be it. And ideally, I think most players would want that so that they can pull for a character, you know, that is strong, and then at the same time limited as well, right? I think that's like the dream for someone who is like a hardcore Brown Dust 2 player. But sadly, we are not really getting that. I'm not sure how I feel about that, right? At the same time, I can also see from that perspective, they did mention in the previous stream, they don't want the collab characters to be too broken because they are afraid that you cannot obtain them anymore, right? So if we were to look at someone like light type DPS character, right? So we also got her as well, and I feel like Priestess right here is going to be better, right? So if you look at her, she can also apply vulnerability, and she's a 3 cost 1 turn. Alright, and again, she's a 400% magic attack. So whereas in this particular case for Sword Maiden right here, she's going to be a 220% times 3, or 250 rather, right? Because if you add everything together, so 250 times 3 is going to be 750% multiplier, right? It's quite high, but you're not able to spam this every single turn, which can be a little bit of a bummer. And also the skill range is a cross tile, right? It's a bit odd. Why aren't you increasing it to a 3x3 similar to hers, right? It would be nice if it's a 3x3. I would say like 3x3 is probably going to make her more in line with the meta that we have right now. Or speaking of which, I have not yet upgraded the last one. I'm a bit lacking in the stones right here to increase the damage potential. Hopefully I'll get that later, right? But I feel like Priestess are... I mean, this girl right here, Priestess, she actually might be by far the best collab character, right? Because she has vulnerability, which can always be useful, whereas everyone else seems to be a little bit more niche. We also got Michaela, right? Again, Michaela is going to be by far the better character. Again, even though I understand that Michaela is also going to be harder to use, she's a 200% right here, but she has a little bit of debuff going on. But she's not a character like you are able to get multiple costumes for her, and she's going to be in a way much more like way more usable, right? You can cycle between her. Whereas for Priest, I keep saying Priestess, but for Sword Maiden right here, if you use her as the only DPS character, right, you are not going to be able to utilize her potential fully, because she's going to attack 1 turn and then not attack the other turn and then attack 1 turn. It's like she has to alternately... She only got 1 costume, right? Ideally 1 costume, you gotta have 1 turn cooldown. If you have 3 turns, that means every alternate turn you cannot do anything. You're just going to use your normal attack. And then, like, what's the point, right? Is there a point to bring her in? Maybe you bring her in as a secondary DPS. But if you are going to bring someone in as a secondary DPS, right? They should either be able to... I don't know, I feel like they should be able to do more than just doing damage. Because at least with Priestess, that's going to make more sense, because Priestess can apply a vulnerability, whereas Sword Maiden doesn't. So, you know, there's going to be that as well. So you can see right here, she is going to be limited and will not be added to the Powder of Hope shop. Alright, so that's something to keep in mind. She is still going to be, you know, a character that's limited. So if you want to +5 her, definitely it's now or never. Now, looking at her skill, it is a bit subpar, right? So that's just one thing to consider. Acquiring costume will grant you a limited event title, okay? Sword Maiden's skills were adjusted during internal balance reviews after the promotional video was filmed. resulting in the differences between the PV and the final version. Oh. So I'm guessing... I'm not sure what does it mean, right? She was stronger before. Maybe she's like a 3x3 tile before, as opposed to just a cross tile. But even then, I don't think they should have nerfed her. I'll be honest, I feel like she's not insanely broken to the point, right? But she is going to have this particular specific weapon right here. Look like a weighing scale of some sort. Very, very cool. This is going to be sword and scales stuff, and you are going to be able to roll crit damage as well. Pretty cool in that case. If you are pulling for any of the limited gears, then now's the time, right? And of course, you can see the costume pickup. These limited collab characters will not be added to the Powder of Hope, except for Lapis Witch Sherazad. She will be added later on. And they're also going to do a rerun for Deal Snatcher Luvincia next week. So keep that in mind. If you guys haven't already obtained Luvincia, that is going to be the one that you guys want to consider obtaining, right? But yeah, other than that, I kind of am a bit torn within with what she can do. A little bit mixed feelings, right? I'm not super like excited or anything, but at the same time confused, right? Why they nerf her? I don't think she was that if they give her 3x3 tiles and then she got 750% multiplier. Like, is she like that broken? I don't think she's that broken, because if you look at all the other, like, let's look at Loan, right? So Loan is about 700%, I think, right? If you look at this particular Loan right here, so this Loan is 750%, right? Now, and she's a 3x3 tile. She hits once, 5 SP, 3 turn cooldown. So I don't know why this one 5 SP 3 turn cooldown, why this one can't be a 3x3 tile. Why is this a cross tile, right? Is that too broken? I don't think it is, but then again, you know, I think it's just, yeah, I can see like there could be some issues here and there if they make her too broken, but other than that, I guess it's better for them to like nerf her first, and then they want to see the reception, and then if players are not happy, then they'll buff her. Is that the direction that they're going for? Rather than they release her too strong and then they have to nerf her afterwards, then that will cause drama separately. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, right? As per usual, subscribe, give this video a like. More videos coming out soon. Gonna do her pulls, of course, when she comes out later, and find out how it is, right? As per always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.